Everybody, how's it going? Chris Hernandez here, back with another one. In today's video, I want to talk about going through phases as an entrepreneur, how to manage certain peaks and troughs, and ultimately how to power through it when you don't have momentum on your side, right? So before we get started here, I just want to cover specifically that I will drop my calendar down below if you are an Ecom brand owner and you need some help specifically regarding paid traffic. Like I said, I'll link my calendar down below. You can book a call with me. You'll talk with me directly. And if everything aligns, then I'll make you an offer on the call if my team and I can help you. If not, I'll also link down below a link to my dedicated Facebook group over there. I release weekly trading videos just covering everything from A to Z regarding Ecom. Especially there's a community of like-minded individuals. And we specifically release training videos and great community, right? And with that being said, if you don't know who I am, I run a digital ad agency. We specifically help e-com brand owners roughly doing 5 to 10K a month. We help them scale to 50K a month to at times even 100K a month using paid traffic, right? And so with our methods, with our frameworks, how does that translate? And ultimately, I've been involved in this business for a year and a couple months now. And ultimately, what I've noticed is that the seasons going through my first year, right? Not really understanding what I was doing, not really knowing what I was doing. But now, after I have that year under my belt, now I'm starting to understand what people say. Business ultimately just goes into phases. They're like different seasons. So right now, as summer's coming to a close and now getting ready for the colder months, right? For me specifically, this is the perfect time for me to just really lock in, stay really close to family, and just zone in and lock in on the business, right? For me, I still haven't hit my goals yet, and I think I'm going to use the last half of the year specifically to just go really go all in to scale my business to the next level. And I think I have all the frameworks. I know what I need to do, and I'm doing that, and I'm seeing results now. But I think I'm going to use the last half of the year to really set myself up for next year, right? Because when 2022 comes around, my goal is to ultimately get to 100K per month by the end of that year, and then I think I'll be in a good spot. So managing seasons, managing peaks and troughs, typically it's normal in business, right? To, let's say you have for a certain period of time you have an hyperextended amount of growth, right? You may see like highest numbers you ever hit per month, and then later months you see like a drop off from those results. So for me, how do I deal with that? It just all comes down to mental clarity and then knowing your day-to-day actions that you need to complete and just staying focused and staying linear on that, right? So I think it's super important for you guys to write down your goals, specifically like 3-year goals, 2-year goal, 1-year goal, let's say 6-month goal, a 3-month goal, and then have like a goal for the month, and of course every single goal for the week. Having that really narrowed down, and as well as like a daily goal. Having goals will ultimately just set your routine up to align with ultimately your destination, right? Because if days go by quickly, and if we don't take advantage of them, well, we're not going to use them to the best of our advantage, right? So it's super important to get better by 1% every single day. And if you have that long-term roadmap for like 3 years, you have that in front of your face every single day when you wake up, ultimately you know what you're working towards each single day. You're putting every single day into use to get you to your goal. So with that being said, when it comes down to it, let's say some things aren't moving right. Let's say I'm not getting enough meetings booked on my calendar, I'm not generating enough sales, there's something wrong, right? So super important to pinpoint and really draw out ultimately what makes up, what are the moving components of your business, right? For the agency side, mainly just 3 pillars. You have like your pillar that gets you meetings booked, you have your team that gets you results, and then you have the actual sales side of things. So let's say agency owner not getting enough meetings booked, not getting enough clients, that's the biggest problem. And ultimately you just need to look towards the pillar that is ultimately getting you results, right? Ultimately getting you prospects on your calendar. And if you're not getting any meetings booked, well, ultimately you need to change something in that sector because something's not working because you're not getting meetings. So specifically, right, if you're using organic market attraction, ultimately it just comes down to it's a numbers game. You just need to pump out a lot of content and just grind every single day. Just focus on pumping out content, providing value, and then adding people. And ultimately, after a month or two, you're gonna see the cycle continue for you. It's like a feedback loop. And once you're able to build momentum, it just keeps continually growing because you're consistent with your actions. So regarding organic, it just comes down to effort, numbers, and ultimately just pumping out more content on the organic side to get more meetings booked. And a lot of people tend to put blame on, let's say something's not working for a while. Let's say they're trying to get clients organically, they don't do anything for 3 months, and then they just want to quit and go to a different platform. Success is best suited when you just stick with one platform, go through all the seasons of the year. Once you're able to go through that, now you can really decide, okay, do I need to change it, or should I stick with this? Because if you're able to stick with a skill or a platform for a year, you're going to see a tremendous amount of growth just off principle, because you're getting better by 1% every single day, right? So you're doing everything you can to put you in the best position to succeed. And when you do that every single day using a platform, ultimately you're going to see results, right? Because every action has opposite or equal reaction. Like I said, the amount of effort you put in, you're going to see the results after a month, 2 months, 3 months, right? For me personally, when I got started, it took me like 2 months, 3 months to build momentum. And after that, I had momentum. So it's super important to be disciplined, consistent, but also understanding that what you're working towards. That's why I said it's important to map out your goals, because a journey or a path without any sort of direction isn't really, you're just wasting a lot of time and you're not getting to your destination, right? So super important to map that out. As far as phases and peaks and troughs, right? Let's say the month is slow for you. Super important to, like I said, reevaluate, take a step back and look fully at your business to see what actions are you taking, right? And then ultimately, it's to get to the most results possible. People think that you need to add some sort of platform, you need to add something else, when ultimately in business, if you want to scale successfully, the goal is to ultimately subtract instead of adding, right? You want to subtract less headaches, you want to subtract less pain points. You wanted to make your business as streamlined as possible by implementing systems and processes, right? So with that being said, as you develop, as you bring on more clients, as you scale your business, it's also important to manage the workload, while also not letting your work overtake you, right? So that's why it's super important to have like a system with your team, right? Super important to stay organized with your team, so you guys are on the same page. So you can do like a meeting a week, 2 meetings a week with your team, 3 meetings a week, up to you, just so y'all have mental clarity, y'all are on the same page, right? Onboarding system, right? You want to make that as streamlined as possible. As far as like messaging conversations, you want to have like a sort of script laid out so that you can just copy and paste that through messages, just to keep everything streamlined and super simple. So as you develop, as your business grows, your problems aren't going to be harder. They're just going to be somewhat complex, because you're in a different space. So a different problem at a different level requires a different level of skill and thought process, which you're going to develop, because ultimately as your business grows, you grow as an entrepreneur because you're getting better every single day. So super important to be clear on what your goal is, right? Make sure that you're working towards that goal every single day, and ultimately staying disciplined and consistent and putting that pressure on yourself to get better every single day, right? Because it can be a challenge. It is a challenge. If it was easy, everybody would do it. They'd get better every single day. They'd go to the gym, they'd work on their business, they'd do a lot of stuff, right? And there's a reason why a lot of people aren't successful. So with that being said, guys, that's really all I have for you. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed my content, please like, comment, subscribe, share this my YouTube channel with other people. Plan on posting a lot more content, and of course, yeah, guys, if you enjoyed, I'll see you guys in the next video.